Barbara J. Beckley, and I'm a visibility and social media strategist. Hello, and welcome to the Coach's Lounge with yours truly, Barbara J. Beckley. Yes, we're here at another edition of the Coach's Lounge, which we spotlight experts' advice for life and for business. Yes. So I created this show because I really wasn't seeing the love. Really wasn't seeing the love when it comes to coaches, consultants, educators, people that are helping you and I move the needle in our own lives, that is sitting there saying you can do it and encouraging you and giving you tips and giving you teachable moments. And you're like, no, I don't know if I can do it. And they're like, yes, you can. They're not getting the love. I don't see them spotlight. I don't see people talking about these wonderful coaches and people that basically is transforming your life. Yes, transforming your life. Because I know all the coaches I have and the ones that are probably coming, they have transformed my life in many ways. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now if it wasn't for coaches in my life. So yeah, we are going to spotlight. So today, and you know, every time I have women on my show, they are royalty, they're queens. Yes, I like the men, I like the kings, but you know, it's right now it's about the women. It's about the queens, okay? So with that, we have, and I met this lady a few months ago. I feel like I've been knowing her for a lifetime. That's this tells you, just give you a little tip. This tells you when you meet somebody and they really gel with what you're talking about and have that mindset and just, you know, powering up and trying to work hard and doing what you do in her life. When you get those connections, you need to keep those connections because you never know how it's going to blossom. It might blossom into a partnership in your business. You might be friends. You know, you might help each other other ways to grow your empire. You don't know how it's going to turn out. Well, this particular woman, Chantal Cox, I'm telling you, she is a celebrity. Yes, she is. She is a MindValley Certified Business Coach and seasoned transformational NeuroCoach. She empowers ambitious female coaches with the tools they need to thrive. With a background as a special educator, a best-selling author, and a global ranked top 3% podcaster, Chantal guides clients in creating impactful, freedom-filled lives that align with their talents and values. Now, I'm going to stop right there because this woman, did you hear what just said? She's an author, she's a podcaster, she's a certified coach, she's a MindValley Certified Business Coach. She deals with women. She's been doing this for years and years. Come on now. That's not a celebrity. I don't know who is. And if you don't think she is, then you are, and your head is in the sand. So with that said, I want to bring on this lovely, wonderful coach, wonderful, lovely queen. You're going to get to know this lady just like I got to know her. But we're going to go to this quick video, and we'll be right back. As you can see, Queen, here's the Queen.
You're too kind.
Oh, no, you're too kind because it's an honor to have you on the show. This is my other show, so you're on my other show now. I was telling, we were talking earlier, I was just telling Chantal that I have a lot of shows. She's going to find out I have a few. But the reason why I have that, because just real quickly, I have my own channel now, my own network that people can have their own show. So say, for instance, Chantal wants her own show regarding what she's doing. There's an opportunity. And everybody else out there, if you're thinking about that. So my thing is making sure Chantal and other people I talk to is getting the visibility. It is the key. And especially Chantal was saying earlier about coaches. I don't know, maybe it's me, maybe I'm missing the mark, but I don't really see too many like shows or whatever that's really like talking to the coaches, the people behind the scenes type of thing, right?
Absolutely. No, I love your mission and what you're doing. And yes, absolutely speaks to
Yeah.
my heart and speaks to the needs that I see out there as well.
Yes, because you do a lot. So, I mean, I just read a portion of your bio and I'm like, this woman is amazing. You're doing so much for the world. You are a lighthouse to the world. I always say, when you're touching somebody else's light, you're giving them a glimpse, you're giving them hope, you're giving them, they can move, they can do what they want to do. You're giving them that like zeal to say, yeah, you can do this. And what you do with women and really saying, come on now, we can do this. I love it. I love it. So before we get into some of the things that you do for your clients and just getting just a little preview of that, I like to pull that curtain just a little bit, and see how you got into what you do now as a queen.
Yeah. Like it said in my bio, I was and still am in the special education realm. And at some point, many years ago, was asked to take on the role of a special education instructional coach, where I was then coaching the special ed teachers. And that just really opened my eyes to the world of coaching, the power of coaching, and my love for coaching. And so then I started looking into coaching outside of school districts and got my first certification, hired my first several coaches, and it just really has spawned from there. And then now I feel like it's definitely part of my calling, and I see so much healing that needs to happen in our world. And I really think coaches are going to be the catalyst of that healing.
Yes, you said it. You hit it right on the head, Queen. We need the world needs healing right now. And I always say, and I know it's an old saying where all you need is love. The world needs love. Well, it's true. We really need to start, really seeing what the problem is deeper on what's going on with people and caring and having empathy. That, those are words that seem like went out the door somewhere sometimes. So I love how you embrace what you do, as what you said, being a teacher, and now you created this like almost empowerment coaching for females.
Yeah. And so my whole everything is create a life you love coaching. And so I work with females that are in the coaching realm or not, and have now sought out the MindValley Business Coach certification, where if at some point in their journey they feel they want to start a business, a coaching business, some type of business, their calling, step into their empowerment and help others as part of their creating a life they love journey. Now I have the skills and tools to help with that side as well. So, yeah, that part's fairly new. I've been doing it. I just didn't have like the certification and the little toolbox of tools I now have and strategies.
Yeah. And like I said, you have to make sure, people ask for certain certifications and stuff, which you have it all. So I understand about having that. But I believe, because it's sometimes I tell people what we do, we have a title for it, but I feel like it was really engrounded in us, growing whatever we were doing. It was already in there. So I feel like for you, and maybe you could explain a little bit more of how it got to the point where you just really want to do this, especially for women, that we need that to keep understanding how to thrive. Because in a world sometimes full of men, in my atmosphere, I work in insurance, it's still a man's world in that world. And we have to step up as women. So I could just see you coming in saying, okay, we need to, let's work on this. But was it instilled in you like at a certain time in your life where you just said, I just need to do this?
Yes. It was in my very early 30s because I left an abusive marriage on my 30th birthday and had to do a lot of that healing and a lot of that work, and learned so much, grew so much, blossomed for the first time in my life. Answered the hard questions of what do I want to be in this life? Who do I want to be? What makes me happy? And really just doing the soul searching hard work. And then wanted to be able to use my teaching skills. I really just saw myself as a teacher back then, to teach others how to do the same. And then as I learned more about coaching, and that when you add coaching to the teaching, it just skyrockets the whole experience. And I'm actually hired by a grant funded program right now for my 9 to 5 job, where for my state, kind of under the umbrella of our Department of Ed, I get to train and coach special educators across my state. And one of the trainings I'm on, the main one, is teaching them how to be instructional coaches and teaching them the power of coaching. Because anybody can walk into a classroom and tell a teacher, here's the instructional strategies, these are evidence-based practice, here's what you need to do, good luck, bye. If you don't partner that information with coaching, implementation is down at 5%. And that is the same for your life. I could give a webinar telling you, here's the top 10 things you need to do to create a life you love. But if I don't partner that with coaching, you're going to implement maybe 5%. You partner it with coaching, we're talking 85 to 95%.
Yes.
So not even just a small difference. Like, coaching is so powerful, and we have the research to show it.
Yes, it is. And like, I like what you said, Queen, about the implementation of it. I think that's where a lot of people, and I'm gonna put my hand up too, I gotta admit it, where I fall short sometimes. If I get all this knowledge, like say I hire you as a coach, which would be awesome. And I hire you as a coach, and you're like, okay, Barbara, we're going to work on this. We're going to do this. And you show me everything, like, yay, yay, yay. And then I have it all, and then it sits.
Mm-hmm.
It sits in the email. It sits in a Google Drive, wherever it's sitting. And then months pass, and you'd be like, I really wish I knew how to do this better or whatever. Barbara, you had that 3 months ago, but you didn't what? You didn't implement it.
And so much I see that in the coaching space and the kind of the online entrepreneurial space too. We are constantly chasing after the next strategy, taking the next thing. Oh, I need this 5-day challenge to learn how to build a funnel. Now I need this to learn how to write start a podcast, write a book, do a challenge. Like, you're learning all these strategies and just chasing the next thing. And you're not taking time to stop and think about what is really in alignment for you. And you can figure that out through a coaching conversation. What are your strengths? What really lights you up? If building a funnel isn't it, then guess what? Even if you learn how to do it, you're not going to complete it, and you're not going to promote it to the level it needs to be successful, because it's not going to feel in alignment with you. And so that's a big part of what we do too, is just look at, there's 8,000 ways to build a business, but there's a very little bit that's going to work and be aligned for you and is going to be right for you. And something else is going to be right for somebody else. There's not a wrong way to do it, as long as it's in alignment for you.
Powerful. See, again, I'm glad you brought that up too, Queen, because I think nowadays, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I see this too, where the imposter syndrome comes in effect.
Yeah.
Everybody, and Facebook, people look all over social media. As soon as they see somebody that might still be in their lane, but they're doing whatever they feel like, and all of a sudden they want to be that person. They want to do, I gotta do this. They're doing that. They're doing. I gotta do that. And then you lose yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It's that whole jack of all trades, master of none. Like, oh, look at me. I've got my list of, and I do, I've got my list of social media links and website links and funnel pages and webinars. And, I've got all this stuff. And so many of us have all the stuff. We've put in the time, we've put in the work. And a lot of it's just sitting there, or like almost finished. And so what do we need to get in? And that's where the neurocoaching comes in. Really figure out those blocks, what's blocking you, and how do we rewire your neural networks to remove that block permanently. Not a quick fix, not a Band-Aid, but permanently change the wiring of your brain.
Yeah. And that's where the coaching, like you said, what you do and what other coaches do comes in at, because it's not like just a one and done. Okay, I told you this. Okay, thank you. Nice having you as a client. Bye-bye. No, it's more. That's why I really respect coaches, because of what you have to walk through with clients. And each client, now it'd be nice if each client was the same as that wonderful client you had, right? Wouldn't it be nice if you had that client like maybe 10 times But no, you're going to have different personality, different background, everything that's going on. So you got to like switch sometimes when you deal with certain individuals.
Absolutely. Yeah. Um, and that's where, I'm really thankful for my special ed background because, like, differentiation, like, I know all about how to do that in all different kinds of ways for all different kinds of personalities and needs and accommodations and how to modify to meet your needs. Like, it all is so funny how starting, getting my undergrad, my 2 masters, like everything in special ed, and then feeling like, oh, but if I step into coaching, like it's turning my back on all this stuff. And now being able to look back and be like, it all goes together so perfectly.
Yeah. All those transferable skills that you have. I mean, that's huge. That makes you more unique than the next person because, like you said, handling with special ed, that is a job of its own. Like you said, just understanding and making sure everybody, because you get dealing with different, personalities, everything going on. Then taking that to another level when you're coaching and dealing with just the norm. sometimes the norm, sometimes it's not the norm to me. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I thought you're gonna be more normal than this, but okay, you want to go there? Okay, we'll work that out. We'll work that out.
It's normal for them. And a beautiful thing about my two worlds that I walk in my 9 to 5 job, I'm very blessed to work with amazing educators. But if at some point someone crossed my path that just really wasn't a good fit for me, it doesn't matter. I've got to work with them. That's the job. Like, I am the person, like, let's go. Like, and it's on me to figure it out and power through that. When you run your own business, if someone's really not jiving with you, you don't have to work with them. Like, you just be like, I don't think it's a good fit. I don't think I'm the right coach for you. And it's like really nice. I would always try to connect them with somebody that I did feel was a better fit for them. Not just like be like, oh, it sucks to be you. Better luck next time. Like, I still want them to find the coach for them. But like, even with some of my programs, if they're just not ready for it, I'm going to be honest and be like, this isn't for you. This isn't where you're at. So I'm not just going to take your money and dance to the bank and be like, well, if they don't figure it out, it's on them. Like, there's so much, I feel like, ethically that is expected of us as coaches. And those are the coaches I choose to surround myself with and work with it, because not everybody follows that same code, and that's fine. There's people out there for them.
Yeah, you're right, Queen. Because I always say I tell my clients that I know how much or how far I can take them and what I can do for them, and then I'll let them know. I said, okay, we came to here this road right now. This, and this. You got transformed in this area, but I know that you need somebody more because I don't handle that. So I'm going to recommend or tell you that instead of saying, trying to in the background, trying to learn whatever, so you keep them and get the money from it. No, because that's not helping them out. And your integrity hits hard with that. You're trustworthy and everything. Yeah, and I know some coaches, I hate to say that, do that because they just want to keep them lingering on. And I'm like, okay, what are they getting out of that? You're not helping them, and you're making the other coaches look bad.
And yes, it really does. What you do and like what I do, like what we all do collectively reflects on each other. And yeah, so I feel really passionate about helping and supporting each other so that those of us that feel that way can be successful through collaborations and just any way we can support each other.
And Queen, I just have to say, just going back to you, just showing the love. You have such a good heart. I seen it when we first did our interview on the other show I have. And I said, see, that's what I'm saying. When you can feel that from a coach, that's genuine. And that makes you, that makes people say, I can trust her with my life. Because when you think about it, when you go to a coach or a mentor, you're basically trusting them with your life, with what you're doing, what you're trying to do, either in your business or your finances or your health, whatever kind of coach it is. So when you have that energy that you have, it invites people in to say, okay, I feel comfortable with Chantal. I feel really comfortable with her. So I just want to give you kudos for that.
Thank you. Yeah. I would want anybody to feel comfortable like with me or whatever coach that they choose. Like I encourage everyone to have at least one coach. I have multiple for different areas of my life. And then make sure that's the right fit for you. And if the one you do a discovery call with, like, because we almost all do a discovery call or clarity call or something, it's for both sides. It's for the coach to see, is this a person that I align with, that I want to work with, and that I can help? And it's for the client too to say, is this the person that's going to be able to take me where I want to go? Do they have the skills? Do I mesh with their personality? Do I have the trust? Am I going to show up as my best self for this person? Or am I going to be like, oh, I have to meet with her today. I'm going to act sick and reschedule. Like, that's not helping anybody. Like,
yeah, it's like, oh, I meet with her today. Isn't there anything I'm doing? Do I need to do anything so I can reschedule? It's like, no. I'd rather for, if it gets to that point, Queen, I would rather for just to totally not even have the client relationship. I mean, I would have to go somebody else. I mean, I wouldn't do, because that, to me, that's wasting their time and it's wasting their time.
Yeah. Because our time as coaches is very valuable. Like, and everybody's time is limited. Like, it's one of our resources we can't get back. Like, you can spend money, you can make more money. You can't get back time. So
yeah, because if I could really get back time, Queen, I know something that I did back in teenage years. Right. I would have never ever went out with a certain person.
Yep.
Like, no, I know what's going to happen with our relationship. No, let's move. Keep it moving.
Oh, I hear you.
You want to go back sometime to those, but then again, I say to myself, but the learning curve and where I am now got me to that, so I have to calm it down and say, no, Barbara, that's why you who you are now.
Absolutely.
But but time is of the essence, and you want to spend it wisely, especially you're trying to grow and learn and get your business together or what have you. So you want to be with the right coach. So I'm glad that you brought that out about. We brought it out about feeling comfortable with somebody, because that's one of the things I tell people when they're looking for coaches. People should always have like a little checklist on what they're looking for as a coach. Yeah. I mean, first of all, what type of coach you're looking for. One, that really would kind of help a lot. Because I tell somebody, I said, well, what kind of coach you looking at? Oh, I don't really know what kind of coach. And I was like, we got to kind of fix that, because there's a lot of different coaches here, and what your needs are, what's your needs, and then you have to feel comfortable with them. So I really appreciate, that you mentioned that. We mentioned that. Now I know another thing that you do, Queen, is about, the whole AI thing. That's huge right now. I mean, huge. So some people are either scared of it, they don't want to even think about it. So on the other side is, we want to use it all. And then you got the middle ground. So I know you have a certain software that you have. It's called Coach Connector.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I'm very passionate about helping coaches be the best coaches that they can be. And I had to go through so many struggles and so many trials, and so many of us do. And one of them, we already talked about, the chasing all the strategies, even if they don't align with you, and trying to do all the things and doing none of them well. So I help people with that. And then another problem I was seeing is my bank account every month was, this to Calendly, and this to WordPress, and this to just all the different software that we quote unquote need to run our business. And depending on where you're at in your business, that could be true for you or not. Because I also work with my clients on how to do what you need to do for free to get that income going, and then build from there and prioritize based on their goals, their needs. I work really hard with my clients to not go into debt building this dream, because I did. And so I'm like, it shouldn't have to be this way. Let's change the narrative. And so I came across a software that then I was able to brand and make my own and call it Coach Connector. And it's your email, your website, your funnels, your social media scheduler, all your social media stuff comes into your little app. So if I'm like, I was on the go and I saw on my phone somebody asked me a question, Let me go log into Facebook. No, it wasn't in my DMs. Let me check my email. No, it wasn't an email. Let me check my Insta. No, it wasn't there. Like, where did they contact me? Oh, it was a text. Oh, okay. Now I can respond. Well, how much time did you just waste? You have a client contacts dashboard where you can see. So, like, Barbara, if you were one of my contacts, I could see any links that you've clicked on for any of my things, any of my, like, maybe freebies you've checked out, any of our conversations on any platforms. I can reply to you straight from there, but it could come from wherever you sent it. So if you emailed me, it would come back to you as an email, even though I'm doing it from my dashboard. So that is a huge feature that just saves so much time. It connects with like Stripe, so you can do all your invoices. You can make proposals. So if somebody does get on a discovery call with you and wants to work with you, you can send them your like contract, your terms. They can digitally sign it, send it back. I'm trying to think. It does so many things. I can't even explain it, but it replaces your membership. So I'm moving my membership from Circle to Coach Connector, and that's going to save me $99 a month. Websites, I'm moving my website and all my funnels from Lead Pages to here. That's going to save me close to $600 a year. Calendly is, I think I'm on the $20 a month plan. Later was $15 a month. That's how I scheduled, like, make one post and send it to all the things. I can do all that under one roof. And there's so much more too. And then there's AI built into it so that, and you don't have to use the AI piece of it. But if you're like, I don't know what to write for the social media post, or I don't know what graphic, you can create the graphics, you can create the content with AI right there in your dashboard, in your special app, your business all in one Coach Connector.
That is, so that's yours. You created that. It's your patent or whatever.
So no, I'm not a software designer by any means. I found a amazing, thriving, growing business called Go High Level, and I was playing with it, and I just wanted to move my business onto Go High Level because they have all these things I'm talking about. And then I found out they have a different level of membership where you can white label the app and sell it as your own with your branding. And we've added in different features that no other person on Go High Level has that are specific for coaches and the coaches we work with. So you may know somebody that's, white labeled Go High Level and is selling it, but each business is making it their own, adding their own templates, adding their own processes, connecting their own third-party apps behind the scenes that you don't know about. So don't just think if someone's like, oh yeah, I do Go High Level, that it all means the same thing. We all have the same foundation, but we're all making it specific for our clients.
I love it. I love it. It's just like you said, it's the all-in-one online software. And it's almost, I'm thinking a little bit like your CRM. If you have a CRM, it kind of helps in that capacity, right?
Yep. It is a CRM as well. Yep.
Okay. I think the last time I told you, I need to, you know what, I'm going to put that down. I need to talk to you about that because I need that system. I need it. Because I just get so tired. One thing I get tired of, and I don't know if this helps this, is like you said, you have Calendly, and then you have this and this and everything. And I'm like, okay, how much did I pay out? I mean, come up and look at my account. I'm like, they all hit all different areas. So that alone, I think I need a system just to keep up with that.
Right. Or if you can get off all those and put it all on one and just have the one bill going out and you know what that is. And you're not like, how much do I pay for that again? Or, or what do I even have? Like, oh, I forgot I had that until it showed up in my bank account. And I'm like, what's that? Like,
you're in my world right now, Queen. That just happened to me this other day.
Right. Yeah. I built this and I'm now building my business on it because I feel what coaches and online business people need. I think this is the way of the future. Go High Level happens to be doing it the biggest and the best right now. I foresee other companies following this model at some point, but they're releasing new features almost daily. Like I can't even keep up. Yeah, it's amazing the things that they've rolled out even just in the last week or so.
It probably even has in there. I'm just thinking of all the stuff that, as a business, like you said, needs, like, when you had to have people sign contracts, you have that DocuSign. It probably has that in there too, right?
Yep.
See? See,
Get rid of your DocuSign. Yep.
So we definitely have to talk. See, people, that's why I bring the coaches on. I'm telling you.
And I will make sure that you have a special link that's just for you, so that if anybody that's listening comes from you, that we are able to monetarily thank you for that. We do have a affiliate program.
Oh, I appreciate that. I never turn away, little money or in. So, but I love that, because yes, I would love to share it, because as business owners, like you said, and just us talking about the things that we have, all those different things, like you said, it could be all in one. It saves so much time and money.
Yes.
And I think a lot of times, especially as a solo entrepreneur, because some of them are, some of you are, that we just, okay, get that, get this. The shiny objects start to come, and we're trying to get all this stuff. And then, like you said, it hits our account. And then we don't think about, okay, is there any system that can just take all of this and just put it together? So, yes.
Yeah. And then the beauty too is, I can't tell you how many of the different, there's another Zapier, another $20 a month. And I'd spend hours setting it up. And then I'd be like, well, how come I got an email from Lead Pages that says somebody downloaded a thing, but they're not showing up in my MailChimp? So that I have to go manually add them into MailChimp, which is another expense, and then go into Zapier and try and figure out why it's not working. And it's because your email is in with your website. It's all connected. Like, there's no Zapier needed.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I do definitely. I mean, this is just like blowing my mind, because when I heard the first time it was good, but then I'm serious. Second time, I'm like, why did you connect with Chantal on this and get this? So everybody, if you're listening, Coach Connector, I'm telling you, that will save you a lot.
Yes.
And like we just talked about how time is of the essence. This will save a whole lot. Now, one more question about that, Chantal. You mentioned that you got the membership where you can, basically add your like brand on there. Can other people do that, or just certain, like you as an individual?
Yeah, no, I can share with you a link too that you can put in the show notes, that then it would be my affiliate link for Go High Level if they were interested in not going with Coach Connector, but going to Go High Level and building out their own platform. Then yes, I would love to help anybody with that as well.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't know if that was another opportunity, but thank you for mentioning that. I didn't know it's two different opportunities. So they can either go from on your particular Coaches Connector, or they can have their own undergo High Level, but then create their own
brand. Yeah.
Outlets and all that kind of stuff. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I happen to be very techie, and it's been a huge learning curve. I do think, knowing what I know now, I would still make the same decision, but I maybe would have broken it into smaller pieces. And I have two business partners. So we were able to kind of figure it out, like, okay, you go figure out this, you go figure out this, you go figure out this. And then we meet and we put it all together. So I would not jump in lightly. If anybody wants to connect with me and just ask questions about my experience or any recommendations, I'm happy to do that as well.
I think already for me, I already know my decision. I'm just going to buy yours. Connector. Because I mean, I'm tab. Yours tech savvy like this. I'm tech like, I get over. I'm able to do some things, but if I can have somebody else do it or another system to do it, hey, let's do it. So yeah. But wow. Well, ladies, see the time goes by. But I want to make sure you get a little time, just like 30 seconds, to kind of, any last thoughts, and then I'll bring you back and I'll make sure they have your link down below so they can contact you. So I'll be right back.
Okay. I think if whatever is like your calling, whatever's lighting you up, whatever you're kind of telling yourself behind the head, like, I would do this if only this, or I can't because, like, ignore all those voices in your head. Those are stories you're telling yourself. Start with some positive self-talk. Contact me about neurocoaching or anybody else. Figure out what those blocks are, because they're hard hardwired subconscious thoughts that are running your life. We operate like 80% of our daily decisions, actually might be 90% of our daily decisions are made off subconscious stories that are embedded, that started when we were like age 7. So anything that you're wanting to do or change or face, just start learning about neurocoaching and how your brain works. And I'm happy to help you with that. I'm happy to connect you with other neurocoaches, or do some Googling and YouTubing, and it'll start showing up with some resources. I also have some free resources if you're just like, what is she talking about? But yeah, that was the biggest change for me and for what I've been able to do with my clients. And so get out of your own way and go create a life you love.
Love it. The last wonderful thoughts. Get out your own way. I had to tell myself that every day when I start going down that road. So thank you so much, Queen. And, your family to me here under the Diamond Factor Network. And like I said, we have all these other shows. And you'll be seeing Chantal in a lot of other areas because she's going to be doing some workshops. And I'm just ecstatic about that. She was very flexible. I'm just going to be, because I'm totally vulnerable here. She was very flexible with me today because I kind of switched the script on her a little bit. She was supposed to do a workshop. And then I said, no, I want to show you some love over here on the Coach's Lounge, talk a little bit about you. And she's like, okay, let me just take my notes and regroup. And see, that's what I love about her. She just, you're flexible. And that's good to be as a coach too. You never know when you have to change some things with your client. So that's just another good skill that this queen has. So thank you so much, lady, for coming on. I'm not going to say goodbye because I'm going to be seeing you soon. And I just ask everybody, please reach out to this lady. I want to make sure, let me put the link back here because I don't want people saying, well, I didn't see it, Barbara. You took it away. Well, I'm going to put it right there. You go. Make sure that you see that. And everybody, if you are interested in coming on the Coach's Lounge and talking about your business, just like this wonderful queen did today, and be spotlighted and be honored, because I look at this as celebrating too, not just talking about your business, but celebrating you as a coach. Just reach out to me and we will make it happen. And with that said, thank you again, lady.
Thank you so much.
You take care.
Hey, it's Aaron with E360 TV. This is a huge welcome to our newest network onto E360 TV, which is going to be the Diamond Factor Network, ran by Miss Barbara Beckley. We're so excited to have this. We've always been about expansion. We're all about media that matters, and Barbara and her team and the Diamond Factor Networks expand on that idea. We started over 7 years ago with always the idea of being that conduit between audiences and storytellers. And that has expanded and expanded, and it just led to so much diversity and value-driven type of content that goes out each and every day. So I want to say thank you again to Barbara for joining E360 TV and now bringing on the Diamond Factor Network onto E360 TV. It's just it all makes sense, and it organically is all come together the way it should. But thank you again for being a part of this, and thank you for